Hi, my name is Elizabeth O'Daly and I work at Legacy Mortgage, and thank you for watching this video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about credit tips, tricks, and fixes to help you get home purchase ready. So, tip number one, Credit Karma is the one I prefer most. However, there are free sites with all the three credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So feel free to check those out as well, directly through the source. Now that you start tracking your scores and kind of taking a look at things that are in there, which is always good to do when you're preparing for buying a home, and maybe you find some stuff that you need to get rid of or dispute. That's what the common phrase is for when you want to change something in your credit report. You dispute. So when you dispute a credit line or a credit item, what happens is that it takes it out of the credit score. So now the credit score is not actually the real one because it's actually been touched and that item has been removed. So it's really a temporary fix. So when you're ready to buy a home, make sure that you go back in and resolve those disputes, because sometimes the underwriter may say, you know what, we need the actual real credit score with the dispute removed. So just be aware of that, and especially anything regarding housing or anything like that in the past, apartments, things like that, definitely want to get that removed. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is going to be for charge-offs. Now, charge-offs are basically a company's way of saying, hey, we tried catching you, couldn't find you, given up. And so basically they've written it off. So don't tamper with any of the charge-offs. It's already a done deal. Okay? If you're not going to be purchasing for 2 to 3 months minimally, then you may want to fix any negative credit if you're going to be buying in the future. So, because when you touch negative items, it could actually re-enter your score again, and that can actually be hurtful. So probably not the best thing to do. And you should talk to your loan officer about whether or not you want to tamper with it. Most times, if we have a score that's good enough, we say leave it alone. Okay? So then number three, pay all balances down below 30%. And so if you have a $1,000 credit limit, make sure that that amount is down to $300 or less. Secured cards, number four. Secured cards are basically like a credit card payment in advance. So you're going to pay to have that credit card, but it acts like a credit card on your credit report. So you're going to pay $200 or $300 in advance, and in that advance payment, you will treat that card like a credit card. It will show up as a credit card. This will help you with your credit scores if you're not purchasing right away. Sometimes it can help if you are purchasing right away, but I recommend doing it very well, only if your loan officer says so. Now, here's the one trick that I think is the most helpful, the quickest, and you definitely have to have good relationships in order to do this. So if you have a family member that actually has good credit scores, maybe has a credit limit that has been available for a long time with no balance or very low balance, you can be added onto that person's card as a credit owner. Owner is really important in this case, because if you have very little credit, it's really important to be an owner on that account for many reasons. So all of a sudden you're able to pick up that person's whole credit history. How amazing is that? That you get to pick up all that history, even though it's not really yours. So that can help someone's scores immediately within the next 30 days. So finally is Experian Boost. Now, Experian Boost is one credit bureau that allows you to go and have your utilities added onto your credit report. Now, make sure you made them all on time, of course, otherwise that's going to not go very well. So you can add that to your credit score, and that will be really helpful, and that can be done within 30 days. So that's today's tips and tricks and fixes for bad credit.